Hey everybody, I would like you to meet my son, TJ. Look at that little dude. He is the reason I've been a little absent on social media as of lately because priorities obviously take place. And a little bit of backstory. When my wife was in labor for about 31 hours, this little guy decided to have a little bit of a complication, which scared the crap out of my wife and myself. My wife didn't really know what was going on at the time, but I was kind of off to the side after the nurses took over and the midwife took over. But he had something called shoulder dystocia, and I didn't know what that was before it was explained to me, and that's where one of his little shoulders gets stuck on the pelvic bone of my wife when she's giving birth. So basically his head came out and I was like, oh, the baby's born. And then all of a sudden all three nurses, after about 10 seconds of like pulling on his head, he's not coming out, one of the nurses jumps onto my wife's stomach and starts pushing down and doing this like technique. I learned a lot about what shoulder dystocia is. It happens in about 1%, less than 1% of pregnancies, but it's a really serious complication because when the baby's head is through, the umbilical cord is being crushed by the rest of his body, and so is his chest, so he can't breathe, he's not getting oxygen. So it's really a time crunch to try to get the baby out of there. Again, the midwife and doctors and all that explain what this situation was after the fact. And they say if it lasts, if the complication lasts longer than 60 seconds, it can be really detrimental to the health of the baby because they're not getting oxygen. And so they say anything over 60 seconds, it can start, affecting the nervous system, affecting the brain, and really harming the little guy. But they were able to get him out at the 50-second mark, luckily. The only reason you were able to get him out is because he shot one of his own arms out of my wife. I know it's a little descriptive, but he shot his own arm out and they were able to twist him and get the other side out within that 50-second time frame. And so he came out crying, which is a good sign from what I learned. I'm learning a lot as a new dad, but we're truly blessed to have him in our life. He's a nice, healthy, young lad, and now him and my wife are my top priority. My wife has always been my top priority, but again, this is my new top priority, taking care of little man, making sure he grows up to be a strong, happy, and healthy little baby. And we'll get him on the pull-up bar soon because he's already gripping his own bottle. And he's only 2 weeks old. Today's actually his 2-week birthday. So everybody, happy birthday, TJ, and welcome to the world.